Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and today we're going to be checking out Stitch, the game Stitch, not Lilo and Stitch, Stitch the cross-stitch game on the Nintendo Switch, it's the Nintendo Switch. This game was, I don't know if it was announced for Switch and Shadow dropped, or if we already knew it was coming to Switch, but it was at the Indie World, which was a few weeks ago now. I'm kind of late to the party on this. It was Shadow dropped, and immediately I was like, okay, this kind of looks like my kind of game. As you know, I am a Picross 3D lover. I'm also a Pushmo lover. I love quirky puzzle games that I feel like could only really be done in video games. I mean, this one probably could be done IRL. It is kind of like Picross, but, you know, with the aesthetics and the themings and everything, I was like, this is going to be right up my alley. I cannot wait to check out Stitch, and it's certainly something. I have a lot of feelings, but also not a lot of feelings. It's probably going to end up being a short review, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there because I've been playing the crap out of this game lately, and I want to talk about it because I feel like it's just going to fly by the radar because there's so many indie games coming out right now that, you know, I gotta talk about one of them at least. And man, Stitch is certainly something. It, again, like I said, just came out a few weeks ago. The main gameplay is essentially Picross. If you recall, Picross is the number game where you see numbers on a grid, and that's kind of the amount of numbers that you have to fill in the line. But actually, it's kind of different. Like, numbers are actually on the grid, and you have to basically just connect that many squares around that inside of the number. So you can make, like, let's say 4s there. Okay, a horizontal 4, a vertical 4 that's on any point, or a cube of the 2x2. So it's fun. They don't make it too hard by having you do the entire puzzle at once. They'll make it like segmented. So you'll do a little bit and then you move on to the next segment. This makes the game, you know, not too hard, but in a lot of cases pretty easy. That's kind of the point of it. It's supposed to be a cozy game, as every trailer and everything I've seen about this game online mentions it and how the game presents itself. It's a game that you boot up when you don't want to do anything at all. Target demographic is a bunch of people who use Twitter all the time and are tired of the modern world and want to escape with video games to relax. But I don't know. The game style is kind of a bit of a mismatch for me. I would love a game like this with just a bit more of an upbeat, peppy tone, you know? Picross 3D, another game that I played like a little while ago. I love that game. It's very good, very, very good. But its whole thing was that it was kind of like there was music, you know? There was music, there were fun, goofy characters. I love the Pushmo series. The Pushmo series' whole thing is that you play as funny little characters doing funny little puzzles. This game, you're just cross-stitching over a grid, which is fine, honestly. I think it's fine. You don't need to have funny characters all the time. But I'm gonna be honest, like, you don't have any sort of personality or environment to this game at all. The music is just so one note. There's one song, just these like piano riffs, but I feel like honestly the most depressing piano riffs I've ever heard in my life. Like, seriously, listen to this shit, guys. I don't know, man. The music just puts me to tears, honestly. I feel like I'm doing a crime playing this game. I don't know. I like the game a lot. Don't get me wrong. Some of the puzzles can take a bit of time, but I get that's the point. You want to, you know, if you're going to boot this game up and spend an hour doing a puzzle, also you can just go back to puzzles midway through, so that's also nice. But if you want to boot the game up and do a puzzle in an hour, that's also nice. You know, there's these huge puzzles. They're weekly puzzles, essentially, where, you know, every week of the year they have made a puzzle that ties into some sort of holiday, tradition, celebration that occurs within that week. So I don't know what the one is this week, but, you know, there was one when Valentine's Day happened. There was one for New Year's, I think. There was one for, like, the cherry blossom season. That's probably a bad example. There was one for, like, St. Patrick's Day, I'm pretty sure. It's a great little system, but again, I love it, but I also hate it. There's no fun to the game. I wish it was more peppy and more fun. I feel like I'm complaining too much about the aesthetics. The actual gameplay is phenomenal. I think this game is well worth its asking price of $20. You get over 100 puzzles plus a ton of these daily puzzles, which are more challenging. I think they're the most challenging puzzles you can really get because they give you such a wide area to work with just from the start. They're called daily shikakus because, I mean, all the puzzles in the game are technically shikakus. I know I said the Picross comparison, but that is the thing that sprung to my mind first. It's just that it happens to be a kind of similar sort of game to Picross. but, you know, that is what they are in essence. It's just the two are kind of similar in my mind, and they kind of line up as such. And it is fun seeing, you know, having this applied to these patterns, because they aren't just perfect squares. I mean, they're all set up on a grid, but, you know, you're connecting a straight line as like a semicircle, you know? It's really cool, and the puzzles in the end come out to these really, really nice pictures. They're all, of course, because you're just, you know, cross-stitching. First of all, they have the nice yarn texture. The textures are really nice, honestly. The texture work, some of the lighting on some of these yarn strands, it looks phenomenal, especially for, well, I say especially for Switch. This is a mobile game, apparently. It's also on the Quest VR for some reason, but, you know, that's besides the point. I really love how the game looks. I just don't love how it sounds. I think this game would be a lot better if, like, it was just had some peppy music. That's literally my one big complaint. Otherwise, this is like, I don't know, top 5 of the year, honestly, right now. I just can't get into the game for very long because I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm thrown out of it. I'm sad when I play this game. But it is fun. It does have its place, and I, again, recommend, if you want a fun puzzler on Switch that'll keep you busy for quite a while, you can not go wrong with this game. Gets my seal of approval 100%. I think everybody should check it out. Again, 20 bucks Canadian. I should say that. It's 20 bucks Canadian. It's probably cheaper from wherever you guys watching are from. I think most of my audience is American, so works out for you guys. But yeah, that's going to do it. Just wanted to get a quick one out. Really like this game. Hope you guys check it out. Hope it does well. Hopefully we can see more of this game in the future. It's going to be DLC, so I'm probably going to check that out. Maybe we'll do some gameplay if I feel up for it. Well, who knows? But yeah, that's going to do it. Keep yourselves cornered for some more reviews, more gaming coverage, more stuff like this, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.